everyone, I am Greyshot17 and today I am covering a 2v2. Right now we got Blueprint Sensei and Morty Music versing Yarang and the Johnny Boy. 2 Vermach versing 2 Brits. Hopefully we get an interesting game right here. But if you have a game on whatever, well, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, 1v1, submit to my Gmail or my Discord. Both links are down below, whether on Twitch or YouTube. And any and all support is greatly appreciated, though I always appreciate channel members on YouTube and Twitch subscribers on Twitch. They provide that extra bit of support. Oh, and Patreon supporters as well, which I list at the end of all my videos. Because again, they provide the extra bit of support that keeps the channel going. So I greatly appreciate any and all support, especially while the especially for Twitch, the cheaper subs are in effect. So that absolutely helps. All right, let's see how this goes. Dingo moving on in against the Pioneer. MG setting on up against Johnny Boy. Royal Engineer backing on up. And Dingo took a few hits, but okay. Double Royal Engineer. But we're not seeing Armored, because usually I see that, I'm like, I immediately think Royal Engineer spam. All right, let's see. Grenadiers. We got Italian coastal units up here. Yara engaging the other Brit player. Using the cover to boost this guy and hopefully shred the Royal Engineers. But here comes the Australians in. Coming in close. Interesting choice. Pioneers actually pulling back. This guy still has a good bonus thanks to being in yellow cover. Like, you're already close. I don't know what, leading is going to do. Oh, I see. You're trying to get away from the MG. All right. That makes more sense than trying to solely lead them when they can just keep firing at you. I think mortar is the way versus coastal. I mean, that's chat bringing up an opinion, and I would say yes. Having artillery or mortar support will help reduce bunkers effectiveness and allow you to smoke around MG defenses. And since the Italian coastal units themselves are not very strong, mortars can still pack up pretty good wallop. All right, anyway. Italian coastals are trying to hit the MG. Now they can overwhelm it because they're hitting from 2 different directions. We do have some additional Australians moving on in to provide that bit of support. But this unit did get around, so he's able to put a little pressure. All right. Australians push back the Italian coastal. Meanwhile, we have this guy over here that's being suppressed. So I would say Yarang up in this top area, probably going to lose. Down south, MG is kind of holding this territory. Grenadier is putting down barbed wire. Make sure the enemy can't use it. This guy's still chilling behind cover. Again, so far, nothing coming out that's unique. But we do know he went mechanized. So battle group-wise, we know that. And we know Blueprint Sensei went with the Australians, given the Australian units. So Mori is the last person to pick a battle group. Okay. How's that working out for both sides? Well, Axis currently have more fuel. Allies have more muni. And right now, the looks like the Allied muni is coming in clutch. We already have the rifle upgrade for the infantry section. So at least they'll have recon and call an artillery. We have 2 infantry section on the field with a flamethrower. 3 Aussies on the field, which is great for DPS against infantry. But all that soft power has nothing to back it up against armor because it doesn't have any they don't have AT grenades or anything. So if the Germans bring out, let's say, a Stummel, the Australians could be in for a real worry. MG opening fire on the Engineers. We can see a good pick. We do. Mori losing a close range unit. Grenadiers are moving on in against the MG. Grenade is thrown. Doesn't really do all that much. Again, right now this MG doing pretty damn well for itself. Just shredding the Brits. Another MG over here as well, shredding them on retreat. Can we get another kill on Mori? That would be a nice double win for Johnny Boy over here. Instead, we have artillery kind of hitting in between. That's the British base artillery, but again, it's like in the middle. So I'm not sure what the target was there, since the MG is over here and there. Down south, it looks like Johnny Boy is going to be able to take some decent territory. Up north, it looks like the Italian coastal are having a real tough time versus the Australians. Blueprint Sensei is pushing on up. And yeah, the Italian coastal are just barely holding on. And I think they may die here if they stay any second longer. Meanwhile, we have a half track. There's the Stummel upgrade, like I mentioned before. Again, I just called it. Again, unit died right there. Half track, buddy, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but chilling out while Australians are shooting you is not a good idea. Again, you do not have the armor to survive bullets. Bullets will hurt the half track. Also the flamethrower. Maybe not as much as AT, or as much as it should, being a flamethrower hitting a guy on the MG. But, you know, it's helping. Another half track coming on up. So far, no upgrade for it. Though it looks like the British are retreating. I don't know what the half tracks are really going to do on the retreat, other than maybe weaken the health a little bit, but really not all that much. All right, we have 9 units, or 10 units, sorry, now, for the Brits, compared to 12 for the Germans, and that's really Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy got himself a pack gun, so he's prepared for any sort of AT or anything in a major way. We got ourselves, again, Italian Coastal, though, again, only two Pioneers and the Stummel. Hopefully Pioneers can heal the Stummel. The British get in the building, but take some damage, including the building taking damage, but luckily using the door to get out of there and pull back. We got Mortar on standby, trying to assist. Again, 2 infantry section, not a lot of you know, damage dealers. Well, you probably want 3, I would probably guess. All right, infantry section flanking the Pioneer. MG doesn't know where to go, but as long as the Pioneer is there, so long as the infantry section can be spotted by the Pioneer, the MG can just hopefully adapt and then start putting pressure. Yarang is already doing what Italian coastal guys do best. Bunkers. Lots and lots of bunkers. But, oh, wait! Hold on a moment. Here comes a hover moving against the Stummel. Pioneers are setting up the bunkers, not the Italian coastal, so they have no AT. And there we go. Stummel is down, and the British have once again retaken the initiative on their section. And honestly, there's nothing stopping the Brits from just focusing all their firepower on this. Note they really don't have anything that will do an incredible amount of damage. You can see here that bunker is looking pretty good health-wise. Grenadier moving on up. We have target area from the Hubbard to focus on this, but Stummel actually did some damage. So at the very least, good job, Johnny Boy, for getting AT. But Johnny Boy is constantly saving Yarang. Yarang is going to need to really start, you know, doing better. I mean, good job for him decapping the fuel up north, but I don't know why you're trying to cap it. I mean, I guess it's just better to cap it, you know, make it harder, but you're not, you would need this territory in order to connect it. And now you have a long retreat, the hover and the, well, okay, it looks like they're not really pressing too much. But if they would have stayed, you know, within sight, they could have probably killed that unit. Australians, by the way, did up with their own rifle upgrade, so they're now even stronger. And these Italian coastals do not have an MG42 upgrade. They do not have a method in order to fight that, so they are in a real pickle. In a real big pickle right now. Alright, just to kind of get you an idea, the Australians currently have that one as 9 units. Kills, that one says 4. We have a bunker here to reinforce and retreat to. AT gun as well to hold back the hover. Meanwhile, we have additional support. MG suppressing this MG. So that'll be a kill on Blueprint Sensei. Maybe. Hold on, Grenadier is suppressed. This one was forced back. Aussies force it back. I mean, yes, they have they in a bunker, they're way better in the Italian coastal. But I'm saying the Italian coastal cannot get an upgrade of like a LMG or something, or you know, upgrade rifles or MP40s to combat this. The Australians right now, in my opinion, have the advantage against that infantry unless they have the, well, first off, let's click on this. They have the defense, right, from the command structure. And then they have defense from being in cover. Accuracy and rate of fire. That's the best thing they have, is the bonuses and abilities they already receive. But fighting out in the open, maybe not the best. Like, I don't know what the hell this man was doing, but he's like, oh, to the last man. Okay.
Infantry training completed.
All right. Stumble opening fire. I'm sorry, half-track opening fire. AT gun pushing on up with Pioneers. We're really trying to target Mori, they're like, we need a kill. We need to increase German morale to the best of our ability. Close range units slowly killing it. Slowly. Panzer Grenadiers moved on in. Push back the Australians.
We're losing a victory point. Our anti-tank
So,
gun crew has been killed.
Australians opening fire on the Pioneers. Royal Engineer opening fire. Actually, we have a stolen AT gun thanks to the half track. Good job by Yarang. Good steal there. Alright, double Panzer Grenadier on the field, and we can see that pretty much all of his infantry has been up. So we got the veteran squad leaders, essentially the veteran unlock for the Wehrmacht.
Victory point is in
Unfortunately,
enemy hands.
Yarang, while he did steal the pack, not the pack, sorry. Well, he stole the 6-pounder. The problem is he only has one frontline unit. So, yeah, he's really going to have to push that thing to his absolute limit and or just get more infantry. Medical bunker. Really? Oh, okay. Sure. Getting a medical bunker upgrade. Great. I guess they'll help. How much manpower do you have, man? Not a lot. Yarang is down pretty hard in manpower. Oh, 8 rad on the field. Interesting. And this baby is just going to open fire on the British. Again, we have a 6-pounder opening fire, though. Take the shot. Good hit. Down by about, I would say, 35, 40%. There we go. Another shot. I would say 40%. Down to like under 20. Nice grenade. Panzer Grenadiers are very low. Wait. Yep. Mori went with the Canadians. I don't think we've seen any Canadians, have we? Oh, no. There's the Canadians. They're in the back. They're firing long-range mortar shots under incendiary, burning the infantry alive. There goes a good MG, and now slowly pushing on up. Stumble and 8 Ride doing the absolute best they can, but Johnny Boy is having to contest with a lot right now, and he really would love some, additional fire support. Canadian forces are taking the territory, so they get automatic heals through their own special ability. Yeah, it's not looking great. Canadians open fire. Lighting up the Panzer Grenadiers as the MG suppresses them. Look, the Allies need an AT gun, a 6-pounder to hold back the half track and the 8 rad. I don't know where Sensei's is. It is chilling in the back. Honestly, if he could be a bit more aggressive or, come on in and help his ally, I think that would be pretty good. But whatever, at the very least, the British players managed to hold and take the victory point. It looks like they'll grab the Muni over here too. It's 16, by the way. So that's going to shoot them above the Axis and put the Axis in a real pickle. They have a bit more fuel, by the way, than the Axis, so not too shabby. All right, upgrades. Again, pyrotechnics, rifle grenades. Let's see. We have up to vehicle over repair, defensive tactics, so fortifications can be made for Blueprint Sensei against Yarang, who's just gotten more, upgrades for his bunker, including heals and health, right? For bulwark, I think it's heals and health. But definitely Disney artillery is going to be the big one. So if they push up again, essentially it's a big circle that will call in Overwatch artillery. And then, let's see, we got the repairs, 8 rad, Panzer Grenadier officer quarters. That's what it is. That's what the upgrade is for veterancy for the Wehrmacht. All right, Panzer Company being unlocked, so potentially tanks. Johnny Boy has about 80 fuel, so yeah, he could absolutely get himself some armor in the near future. Down south, infantry section gets pushed back by an 8 rad. An 8 rad, by the way, with about 7 kills. Vet 2. Canadians and the Royal Engineers are pulling back. They at least have sweepers. And we have the Queen of the Desert herself, the Matilda, coming on out. Again, I know a lot of people poo-poo this heavy tank, and I understand. But it is a heavy tank, and right now, the Germans don't exactly have a ton of AT. They have like one AT gun here, another AT gun over here, but they don't have big guns and they don't have armor that can deal with it. So, yeah. Also, we have a Crusader on the field by Blueprint Sensei. Moving on in. So, chat, in case you're like, wait, I thought it was great. It is, but once you start getting like the heavier tanks, the Matilda kind of loses relevance. But for a window, I would say like between 10 to 22 minutes, the Matilda is a pretty good heavy tank. At 22 minutes, oh my Oh, that's unfortunate. At 22 minutes, I would just swap it out for a Grant. Like, but again, in that time, the Brits can use it, and then they just send it back. And we're like, all right, send it back to the factory. Turn it into a good old, Grant or something with a bit more firepower, or maybe multiple Crusaders if you want speed, which just looks like what Sensei did. Whatever you do, either option's good. There we go. Crusader unfortunately took a lot of pack hits, had to pull back. Panzer Grenadiers moving on up. We also have armored vehicle training for Mori, so the Matilda is going to get a bit of a boost right here. Oh no, yeah, Panzer 3s, yes, Matilda will do quite well against. Even with the unless the Panzer 3 is like fully upgraded, then it starts having issues. But the problem right now is we're seeing Panzer 4s on the field. Right now, both German players have gotten Panzer 4s. So Panzer 4s can deal with Matildas. They can pen Matildas. It's a Churchill that Panzer 4s have issues with. So we'll have to see how things go.
We've lost a sector.
There we go. So right now we got Mori going with Vet 1. Because of the upgrade from the building. And as Mori just mentioned, again, looking pretty good. Healed on up and pulling on back. So I love it. It's like, let's just get rid of that engine crit and level up, and we're good. Now, again, nice decap over here by the Brits. Managed to take over this territory, so Mori managed to stop the bleed right now and put a little bit more pressure on the Germans. Germans have about a 40-point lead. Right now, the Germans are stopping that by Yarang taking the north, getting side skirts, so additional health and side armor for the Panzer IV. A lot of pack guns, so it looks like there's a whole AT line here. Yeah, that takes a lot of micro, but hey, if it helps hold back like the Matilda, this can be pretty effective. The only thing I worry about is the fact there's only one frontline unit, so you need a lot. You need a lot of micro for your Panzer IV Stumble and the one unit to guard 3 AT guns. Alright, Panzer Grenadiers are kind of chilling back. Healing on up. Here comes Crusaders. Now they're getting in close, opening fire against the Panzer IV. Panzer IV Stumble, plus the AT gun line does a lot of damage. Combine another AT gun over here. 4 AT guns, push back the Crusader. Mori got himself a Crusader. So again, lots of good things right there. Lots of good armor, just unfortunately just ran into a pack line. So they'll need artillery or mortar, some type of mortar support with smoke. They'll need something to help break it. Again, you can also do creeping barrage. You could have the Canadians call in their like fire mortar support ability, whatever. Matilda took a number of hits. You got more veterancy unlocks going on in for your Rang. So he can get some... Wait, hold on. Why would he... Okay, whatever. I'm assuming for the Panzer IV. Anyway, Panzer IV from Johnny Boy trying to clear up this infantry. Slowly but surely wearing it down. Infantry section will need to pull back, though at least he decapped the territory. I threw a grenade. Matilda now almost like pushing itself off a ledge. Please, let's think about this. This isn't me in War Thunder. Don't drive off the cliff. Crusader now using its speed and getting in close to hopefully neutralize that Panzer IV. Unfortunately went through the tank. One more shot would do it, but rear armor, I think, was the death of that unit. So again, Pack 3, unfortunately, just yeah, was the death of that Crusader. Matilda doesn't want to engage that, wants to pull back. We lost the Canadian force. Infantry section is pretty low. And again, Mori's in a bit of a pickle with not a lot of good front line. Australians are still on the field, though. They're trying their best. And we have, again, those Crusaders pushing on up. But here comes the AT line. And the AT line is nothing to sneeze at because it will quickly shred Crusader armor. Crusaders aren't exactly known for bouncing shots on the front. They're not really designed for that. They're designed for speed, getting close, and hopefully getting the kill on their enemy. Not for holding up to sustained AT fire. Australians trying to put pressure on the MG. Vickers' machine gun is super low. I guess he's just trying to put down the MG. But I don't think that's gonna work. Nice shots from the Crusader. Panzer IV is pretty low, but again, that AT line is right now the big issue. Another Crusader coming onto the field. So again, Blueprint Sensei is like, I will overwhelm him with Crusader fire. Unfortunately, Stummel gets a kill on the Vickers. Crusaders get some kill shots on the Stummel, but it's gonna pull back. Double Pioneer to heal up the armor. And I would say the Germans have the bit of a lead. Because again, we have the Panzer IVs, right? We got a Panther on the field by Johnny Boy. So any allied armor is going to have a heck of an issue. Good infantry, frontline infantry on one player. I would say more support from another. And I think they overall would overwhelm with their Panzers, AT guns, etc. the allied armor force. VP-wise, it's still not too bad. It's only about 100 points off. But Mori and Blueprint Sensei are really going to need to get kills and hold ground in order to turn the victory point tide and also stop the Axis from just gaining more and more armor supremacy, right? Grenadiers are doing their best, but against Matilda's good at killing infantry. Again, we're getting to that end point where it's can start looking a bit grim. I've seen a Matilda kill a Panther before, or two of them. But we do have a Panther on the field, so that's going to be a hell of an obstacle. Now, luckily, Foot Guards are there to help support. We got all the Crusaders over here by Blueprint Sensei, so it looks like the Allies are coming together, which is smart, in order to take down the Axis. We'll see if they can take down Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy is moving on in with his pack gun. There's less packs over here than on the other side. Less AT. But we're seeing Yurang start to move. But we've also know Yurang has been a bit slower in that regard. So we'll have to see how this quick strike works. Matilda being lit up by the Matilda and Panzer IV. Foot Guards firing from behind. That can get some good rear shots in. But there goes Matilda going down. But the Crusaders might have something to say about that. They're going to move on in. Panzer IV gets put down. Now here comes the Panther against 3 Crusaders. Again, even with its good front armor, it's being overwhelmed and gets put down by the triple Crusader threat. Crusaders now hitting the 8-rad. One more shot, and there it goes. While the pack gun does successfully kill a Crusader, I would absolutely say that was a good trade for the Allies. The Axis losing pretty much all their armor, although Foot Guard's dying. Ooh, that'll hurt. That's gonna hurt. Alright, now it's a bit more even, because that's a lot. The Foot Guards are, what, 400? They're a decent amount of manpower that you have to get for them, and yeah, that's expensive. That's an expensive loss right there. Now, I will say Germans are trying to take the territory. They've cut off this fuel, so the Allies, hopefully, the Allies will be down here soon. But, I just realized they also need to grab territory. Alright, a lot of infantry in mid. Panzer IV is trying to make quick work of them. Another Panther coming on in. Panzer Grenadier died. Wait, what? How? Okay, something killed the Panzer Grenadier and the Grenadier, so Johnny Boy's not looking as good as he used to. Panzer IV backing on up. Crusader takes a hit from the pack gun. Yurang's been slow to move on up, but he did get out of there. Wait, AT grenade? No. We got artillery coming in this sector. Again, I would assume nothing too major. Just the pack guns might be at odds for being, like, potentially removed. This one pack gun is pretty low. I know there's a 6-pounder in here. I'm just saying pack gun, just AT guns in general. Alright. Nice hit. That's a 2-for-1 hit right there. Right now, Blueprint Sensei is taking this territory. Again, this one over... Actually, a lot of territory across the front. And yeah, Row Engineers also grabbing this. Looks like the Allies will be able to put the pressure back on the Axis. The Axis have about a 150-point lead. Yurang will have 3 Panzer IVs here in a moment. So near PopCap. Got Obiches. Oh boy. Give me, I mean, I love Obiches, but so far we haven't seen like a static location. Though again, I would just like to see it. What we do have is Mori being like, all right, you kill my Matilda, fine. I'm gonna upgrade to a Croc. And yeah, Crocodile is on the field. We have not seen an Archer or any unlock further. He could probably get the Archer if he really wanted to. Croc, though, very good against infantry and could hold up against armor such as the Panther for a time. Here comes the Crusaders rolling on in. They are just going for the Panther. Wait, nope, they're pulling away. Oh, they're gonna clear all this stuff up. Can't kill the Panther? I'll kill your Stumble, I'll kill your MG, and I'll kill your Pack Gun. Though, guys, you forgot to kill the Pack Gun. Proc is pretty low, and there's a lot of armor coming on in. Mori is probably just begging for help right now. Meanwhile, Blueprint is pulling back, and now moving in over here. Again, luckily, the Croc just pumped out so much smoke, and there is another Crusader coming in from a different direction. Here we go. Crusaders coming on in, overwhelming the Panzer IV, getting some side armor shots. Fire is hurting or affecting the Panther. It does have a debuff on there, on the armor, so just heads up. Alright, another Crusader in multiple, there we go. Crusader is firing from multiple directions, kill a Panzer IV. Another one is next. Croc is still alive, still trying to fight. There goes another Panzer IV. All three Panzers are dead. One Crusader died. Now we have a Vet 3 Crusader and a Vet 2 one just trying to light up that Panther as much as possible. Panther does not have line of sight on the Crusaders. We're engineers trying to kill them as quickly as possible. Again, Australians don't have AT, so Panther can just, you know, doesn't have to worry about them directly. Has to worry about the Crusaders using them as a spotting scope, essentially. And there it goes. Crusaders close the gap and put down a Panther. Excellent use right there. Again, we have a Faust on that unit. And a Pack Gun getting a kill. But still, the damage is done. That's 4 German tanks dead. And right now, there's 2 Crusaders on the field with a third one potentially coming out. And a, what's it called? A Bishop. Artillerying the back line. Again, nice job trying to kill those Pack Guns. Don't want the Germans to take them back and use them against you. Just good stuff right there. Again, Border taking over the territory. MG moving on up. We got another Panther on the field, but again, there's just no German armor. And all the Pack Guns got neutralized by, I'm assuming, artillery or something? Or when they came... I know how this guy lost his Pack Guns. I'm trying to find them. Or was that them over there? I don't know. Something happened to a line of Pack Guns. But whatever the case happened, they're gone. And the best case scenario is all the Crusaders hit the mines up north. But Australians are manually dealing with that. There goes the Crusaders. Charging forth. Get you an idea of what a Vet 3 Crusader looks like. 4 vehicles. And again, they just add more health. Similar to the Archer, where Archer adds more health. But again, he could, if he wanted to, get an Archer. But I feel like Blueprint Sensei wants speed in order to overwhelm the Germans. Panzer IV coming on now, another Pack Gun. Panther is on the field, but again, I'm not sure what exactly they could do versing all that. Unless they literally have a perfect line of AT. Crusaders kill the Vickers. Again, getting kills left and right. Hopefully they can grab the territory and just put further pressure on the Germans. Grenadier and Panzer Grenadier are being lit up by the Croc, which in itself is another threat that the Germans were not able to kill, thanks to good micro and good by Mori, good support by Blueprint. Alright, Croc moving on in against the Italian coastal, but here comes, once again, the Crusaders. Panzer IV trying to assist. Probably should activate special, the rate of fire increase. One Crusader is down, that's the Vet 3 one. Pack Guns are hitting the other Crusader. This Panther, luckily, is having its front face them in order to hopefully bounce shots. But Crusaders hit up Italian coastal, throw a grenade on it. One shot from the Panther, kills it. This other Crusader is running. We have another Crusader in the Croc burning the infantry and trying to knock out the Stummel, which is Vet 3. Smoke coming on down. Artillery hitting the back area. Panther is very close. A direct shot from that bishop would have neutralized it, but instead it's hitting the pack gun. Grenade is thrown on the engineers. Fire helps it kill not only the engineers, but also the Kettenkrad. And now he's pulling back to base. Panther is still there, but Croc can fight the Panzer IV by itself. Sorry, I think I said Panther. Panzer IV. Crusader trying to kill the bunker. It is just a complete rout for the Germans. They may have killed a Crusader, but the damage is done, and all their units are dying in mass on the front. And again, this does not take into account all the Crusaders over here. Yarang has left the game, given the fact his armor just died, and his forward position is smashed. So I think the other player will drop here in just a second. But yeah, good. I mean, I like that armor engagement. I like that overall fight. I think, in my personal opinion, it was a good use of, like, again, one guy goes Crusader, one guy gets, like, a better armored unit. And good job in making sure the pack guns, which we saw here Yarang have overwhelming amounts of, and even Johnny Boy had some pack guns. Make sure that was just handled in a very good way so they weren't just completely shredding the Crusaders very quickly. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Germans had some good units. Like, obviously the Grenadier got some kills and made steal a flamethrower, but like, damn. Speed and firepower of the Crusader absolutely helped keep this game in Allied hands. Alright, let's try to speed things up, shall we?
Crusader cruiser finished. Victory is
There we go.
Any excuse to
Oh, right, and yes, over-repair. That, you're absolutely right. So over-repair would have gained the Crusaders additional health, because over-repair would have been with the Sensei, so if he did over-repair them, he would have had more health, so that could have helped them out a lot. And Pyrotechnics is bugged. It stacks. Oh, that's lovely. Alright, anyway. Double checking for Blueprint Sensei. Top damage, top kills in vehicles, and just overall. Compared to Mori, but Mori submitted this game. Meanwhile, on the Axis side, pretty close on damage, but Yarang takes the lead. Damage kills, vehicle kills goes Johnny Boy. Again, quick thing, Australians. Again, before you say anything about the, what's it called? You know, just like kills-wise, Omeo's the armor. It's like, nope, Australians, 95 kills. God damn. Crusader 3s, again, managed to get 7 vehicle kills, so not too shabby for Blueprint Sensei. Meanwhile, Panzer 4s, 4 of them are on the field, only 1 vehicle kill. Infantry kills, again, Coastal, nothing nearly as good. Let's see, same thing for this other British player, not really huge kills with anything. I guess the Bishop getting 15 infantry kills and the Croc getting 17 one vehicles, not too shabby. But yeah, Matilda only got 4 infantry kills. And meanwhile, we got the 8 Rad, only 8. Panther got 3 vehicles, but again, a lot of Panthers being deployed and not really much else. And then Panzer 4, 13 kills, I guess, okay. How'd the pack guns do? 3 vehicles, that's not too shabby. Wait, I thought he had the stolen 6-pounder. Or did the other gentleman have the stolen 6-pounder? Oh, the other gentleman had the stolen 6-pounder. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was your rank. Alright, but that was the 2v2 on LMA. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Again, I feel like Yarang having just 1 frontline infantry unit didn't help. There's a lot of things that could have been done better. Crusaders should never pen the Panthers' front armor. Yeah, no, it's, I mean, I guess if you get close enough, look, I mean, if you know where to shoot a tank, again, as someone who's played a lot of War Thunder, man, there's some tanks that have good front armor, but you find a little tiny spot, and it's like, nope, it's GG. So, again, yes, but I understand, like, looking at the front of a Panther, it's like, how? But, yeah, no. Fair play. But hey, what do you guys think? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know down below. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tonybee 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.